Hi and welcome to the Belfry. This is the Brabazon Golf Course, the par 5 third hole. My name is Chris Ryan, and in this video we're going to give you a really simple practical drill that you can do at the range or at home, which is going to hopefully get you to better understand how to deliver the club to the golf ball if you are someone who struggles with a left to right slice. Just before we get started, in the corner of the screen you should have the details for my social media accounts, so if you don't already then please go ahead and follow me on those. So we are addressing in this video the golfers who make what would be classed as a pretty orthodox backswing, but as they start the downswing they excessively steepen the club shaft, such as this. These golfers would tend to hit the weaker shots, the fade shots, the slice shots. They often don't strike the ball, they often feel a little bit cramped through the golf ball, they often feel like they're having to jump through the golf ball, and these are really the golfers who often don't hit the ball as well as they would like. So having a golf club which is steepening in that downswing is very, very common. And we're just going to go through a drill which is maybe going to give you a little bit of a different concept to what you're trying to do as you deliver the club to the golf ball. So what I want you to do is, you're going to take a golf ball, but you don't need to set up to it exactly. And I just want you to stand up and raise the club up so it's around about eye level. And we're going to try and make some golf swings where the club head moves pretty much horizontally around my body. Now you'll see from the face on camera that as I've stood up straight, you can see that the leading edge is vertical. Okay, and we're going to class this vertical position as square or at my target. Now fairly naturally, if I was to ask you to make a golf swing on a horizontal plane, that golf club, and I'll do this pretty slowly, through the backswing would probably rotate through 90 degrees. So you can see now how the golf club is no longer vertical. It's rotated to the right through 90 degrees. So that again for you. So it's starting vertically, and as I go back, it's going to rotate to the right. Now this will tend to happen in most golf swings. There are some where it happens too much and not enough, but generally speaking, we're going to have that golf club rotating to the right by some amount in the region of 90 degrees. So it would make sense that from here, we need to get that golf club to point back at the target. We need it to be back to this vertical position, otherwise the ball will not go straight. So here's what I would like you to do. I want you to try and return to this point here with the handle forward, but the leading edge still vertical. And as you do that, I want you to keep the golf club on this horizontal line. So you can see there. I'll do that again for you. So the club rotates through 90, and I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to get the handle forwards and the club back to vertical. So for me, what I'm feeling is as I start my downswing, I'm having to rotate my wrists and put some twist in the golf club, because that allows me to get the hands forwards but keep the golf club nice and vertical. So what you're going to find if you're a golfer who struggles with those shots that we spoke about is that because that golf club rotates through 90, what you might find is that your method to get that golf club to be back to vertical is to start to change the angle. Now you can see how I'm getting that golf club pretty close to vertical, if not a little bit down to vertical, but I've done it in a very, very different fashion. So I've managed to get my golf club back to what I would feel is kind of back to where it needed to be. But what you can see is that was done by changing the whole shape of that motion around my body. This feels like a very easy way to get the club back to point where it needs to. In reality, if I did that with a golf club, that's me attempting to square the face in this fashion here. And this is, I think, where a lot of the golfers who make this move struggle, is because they are aware that the golf club is rotated through 90, and their attempt to get the golf club to point back to where it needs to be is by steepening the club shaft, moving the club head off that plane line, if you want to call it that, and that is going to be what causes that club to move very much out and steep, and then from there we've got a golf club which moves very much across the golf ball to the left, and that is what creates often those shots that we spoke about, the slices and the fades. So really simple little drill. get the club at eye level. Let's move it around your body on this horizontal plane, and let's practice bringing it back on this horizontal plane, but using your wrists to change the face angle, as you can see, as opposed to changing the shaft angle, if that makes any sense. So we're going to go back to here, we're going to rotate the wrist excessively and have the hands forwards. Now you can see in that rehearsal I've possibly done that more than what would be desirable for a golf shot, but it's not a bad idea to create that feeling for me. So let's go backswing, let's rotate the face with the wrists and keep that club in this horizontal plane. If we can then take that into the golf swing, we're going to get that same feeling as of rotating the face and bringing the club in on a much better delivery. This is certainly going to help you do two things. It's going to help you get better control of the club face, and it's going to help you have much better control of the angle of your golf club and ultimately the golf club path down at impact. Right, let me go ahead and hit one. This is the par 5. I've got a 6 iron. I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can hit this one pretty much into the middle of the green, because that flag is tucked a little bit on the left. Not an easy one to get to today. Okay, slightly right of the flag, but that should be pretty good. So definitely one of the best drills I've come across just to get golfers to get a much better concept of how that golf club is going to move from the top towards the golf ball with control of the shaft angle, ultimately the path and the club face. It's a really good drill. You can do it at home, you can do it in your garden, you can do it at the range, but certainly think it's going to give you some different feels. And if you've got some different feels, that's fantastic for when you go and practice. You can take those to that practice session, and I certainly think it's going to help you make some better moves and ultimately hit some better shots. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully it helps. All the usual stuff down below, comments box, like button, link to subscribe, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you go ahead and comment, like and subscribe, and we'll see you back here again soon.